the master plan. Tiddles the cat was plotting. She had found a nice sunny spot on the carpet beneath the front windows, and was comfortably making plans for the day. There were a couple of other cats in the neighbourhood that clearly did not know their place. Their place, to be clear, was far below Tiddles, and entailed allowing access to all their territory, including hunting rights. There had for some time been something of a standoff with the other two cats, One Eye and Scruffy Tom ganging up when Tiddles stepped over the red line. There was, of course, no actual red line, but all the cats could tell you within a millimetre exactly where that line was. The plan she was hatching, and she was a little conflicted about this, involved Baxter, the dog from next door. He was not a fearsome beast in any way, and in fact had over the last few weeks become quite biddable. However, he was a dog. In wit and intelligence he would be worth perhaps a quarter of a cat. But as a threat to any who did not know his nature, he would be worth 5 or even 6 cats. Tiddles, having formed a plan, rested from her mental labours and had a snooze in the warm sunshine. After lunch, minced rabbit and spring water, she headed out into the garden and hopped up onto the dividing fence between the houses. Baxter was there, chasing his tail. Tiddles wondered what he would do if he ever caught it. Tiddles called to Baxter with a long meow. He turned his attention from tail to cat and yipped a couple of times, then sprang back and forth, clearly ready to play. Tiddles jumped down into his garden and led him out through the loose boards behind a buddleia bush at the bottom of the garden. The plan was to walk boldly into the disputed territory and have Baxter appear as soon as One Eye and Scruffy Tom appeared. Tiddles strolled nonchalantly across the red line and into One Eye's front garden, where there was always a small bowl of munchies left out by his people. She was intent on eating these as a signal of her dominion. As she approached, the two cats, through some sort of sixth sense, appeared on the garden wall, one after the other. Everyone stopped, and they all regarded each other stonily, tails sinuously waving like the standards of knights. Just as the tension was reaching breaking point, Tiddles let out the meow she had been training Baxter to recognise. At once he rounded the corner and bounded toward the scene of the face-off. Tiddles just had time for a moment of satisfaction and self-congratulation when she felt herself being shouldered out of the way as Baxter made a beeline for the munchies and proceeded to scoff every last one of them before darting to and fro, exploring One Eye's front garden. He paid not the slightest attention to the other two cats, nor to One Eye's woman as she banged on the window and told him to shoo. The front door opened, and the woman emerged with a broom to encourage Baxter to leave, which he duly did, prancing and barking as if this had been the best day out he could remember. The two cats, which had disappeared as soon as Baxter came on the scene, had cautiously jumped back onto the wall and watched all of this with ill-disguised glee, as Tiddles turned her back and slowly walked away, leaving Baxter to find his own way home.